So for those of you who are wondering where the phrase, "that's a tough act to follow," came from, there it is in living proof. They were terrific. How about a round of applause for the performers again? So welcome to Gann Academy's third annual Gann Awards celebration. My name is Frank Litwin. I am honored to be the president of the Gann Board of Trustees. This is my third and final year as president, and this is my final official act as president of the board. So I want to start off with just a few thank yous. First, I want to thank Century Bank, and in particular, Linda Sloan Kay, for sponsoring this celebration as they've done in past years. Really appreciate their generosity for the sake of our school. So the purpose of this evening is to celebrate and recognize Gann Academy, that means all of us, and our core values, to strive, to create, to care, and to connect. These core values are representative of the culture at Gann, a source of strength and vitality as we enter our third decade. Our school has never been stronger. Gann is well positioned to thrive and continue to grow as we move through this exciting transition period. While we are so proud of our beloved head of school, Rabbi Mark Baker, as he moves on to become the president of CJP, we're looking forward with optimism to the next chapter of our school. Our professional and academic leadership has never been stronger. Our enrollment is up, our philanthropic success has exceeded all expectations, our financial picture is strong, and our academic program continues to excel and grow in new and exciting dimensions. Our community and our society as a whole should be justly proud of what Gann Academy has achieved in its 2 decades. Now, this success story is both a profoundly Jewish success story and a personal and human one. This is the result of the efforts and contributions of so many people, including faculty, staff, alumni, community members, students, many of whom we will celebrate this evening. I'd like to talk about just a few of them to start our evening off. So, Rabbi Mark Baker, would you join me up here for just a moment? So we're going to have a more extensive opportunity to honor Rabbi Baker shortly this evening, but just briefly, on behalf of the Board of Trustees, I'd like to give you one of these Gann captain's chairs. Now, historically, this is something that we've given to past trustees or presidents of the Board of Trustees, but for you, Mark, these are going to have a special place because we all are going to need a place to sit in your office at 126 High Street, and we know now that we'll all have a special place for all of the Gann Academy community when we come to visit you. Mazel tov and kol hakavod.
Are you going on? I'm giving you yours now, right?
What? Not yet. Not yet. I think I'm going to finish, and then you come with that. I'd like to thank all of our trustees and ask each of them to stand now for a round of applause. Both current and past trustees, if you could please stand. They are simply an extraordinary group. The hours, the level of commitment that this group demonstrates, the professionalism, they really are second to none. We have a most extraordinary board, and I've been so honored to have served with them over these past years. I'd like to thank our retiring trustees, Linda Greenseed, who is becoming an honorary trustee after so many years of service, Sarah Meyerowitz, are you here, who has ably served as a faculty representative on the board for the last 2 years. Thank you both for your years of service. I would also like to welcome and recognize our new trustees and ask them to stand. Sean Wilder and Ellis Morris, both of whom I believe are with us this evening. Sheldon Hanau, who cannot be here but is also joining our board, and Alex Lahr, the incoming faculty representative. Welcome and thank you for your willingness to serve. We all look forward to working with you. I'd now like to call up my successor as president, Scott Cohen. So I have to say, and I think many of us on the board and throughout the community have experienced this, working with Scott over the past 3 years has been just a remarkable experience. I feel like I've had a true partner in our endeavors, and I can't wait to see where you lead us next. Now, I want to pass along a few tokens of the presidency that I received when I became president. Now, our board doesn't really do well with formality, so having things like a gavel or a corporate seal would not be very Gann-like. But I do have the closest things to them. So instead of a gavel, we have a ping pong paddle. And I hope for your sake that Jerry Katz doesn't have Rabbi Baker's skill at the ping pong table. And then what would a corporation be without a seal? So this is the corporate seal. Keep them well.
Don't lose it, sir.
Thank you, Scott. And last, I just want to ask all of the rest of our community volunteers, everyone who has volunteered for Gann this year in any capacity, to please stand and have everybody give a round of applause for all of your hard work and dedication. Thank you. It's been an honor and a pleasure to have worked with all of you. Thank you.
Stay. Before I let Frank sit down, I want to just, if you don't mind, stay. I wanted to say a few words of gratitude to our fearless leader, Frank Litwin, my partner for the last 3 years. They say, at least I remember learning this years ago from Peach, which is a risk because Josh Elkin's in the room, that the most important relationship for the success of the school is the relationship between the head of school and the board president. I can see why. I have been blessed to serve with several incredible board presidents, and these last 3 years with you, Frank, have really been incredibly memorable and powerful. And I just wanted to name a few things that have made you the leader that you've been. The first is your extraordinary integrity in everything that you do. You have made sure that we as an institution, and that I as a leader, and that our board of trustees strives to walk the walk that we talk, and to make sure that what we say we are going to do, we strive to do our very best to actually do it. The second is your willingness to take risks. You're pushing us to always look from one new angle, whether that be about a community event or about how we run a board meeting. You've never, ever settled for the status quo, and you've pushed us outside of our comfort zone and allowed us to try new things and sometimes even fail, which has enabled me to be the leader that I am, and our team and this school to continue to be the bold, innovative place that it is. And lastly, most importantly, I think, is your heart. You love this school as much as anyone I know, together with your family, your children. You walk and live the love of this school, whether you're here, whether we're in the boardroom, whether you're out there in the community. We've had no better ambassador than you. And for me, getting to know you, your friendship, your partnership, our relationship with your entire family has been one of the joys of my time as head of school. We, in turn, would like to present you with a chair as well. And so we hope that, as is our gift to outgoing presidents, we hope that will remind you for many years to come of your service. And on behalf of myself, thank you for your friendship and your partnership. And on behalf of Gann, thank you for your tremendous years of service and leadership. We wouldn't be where we are today without you.